should have seen us going, passing the folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all the smiling faces, gathered along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
In range. Oh, it's back through Cortez.
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Oh, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another warm-up show. John Sinclair TV back again. And this afternoon, I've got Tony, I've got Arsenal fan Andy, and I've also got Mason. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, John. You all right? Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day, sort of thing. And big up to everyone in the chat as well. If you're traveling to the Wolves game at the Molineux and you're listening to this, I'm sure, come on and have your say and give me 5 minutes or so and we have a chat as well and how the game's going to be. And let's crack on to the comments as well, which I think is fair enough. Got some funny ones as well, by the way. And big up to I Like Coffee. He's always first. Him and Jeff have a battle first all the time. Big up to I Like Coffee. And Johnson, John, I said to you the other day, Happy Sky on YouTube, the other night on PD's cast, and you asked us sub, so I did. Thank you so much indeed. I appreciate that, my guy. Big up to Avenger. Hope you're okay. Happy game day to you. Hi to Jeff. Look forward to the stream and a match later. I think it's between a day. I love his confidence. We are going for a 3-1 win. Big up to JT. A lot of people saying would start, but it'd be great to see Isak at some point in the game. Is it true Bruno's out for 3 weeks? I don't know. We wait and see. Well, we need to find out the day. And there's been an out sort of thing, wait and see. It's just rumours at the moment. I Like Coffee, I say to you guys, and Gary D as well. Let's go straight with, I guess they're going to start with Andy because he's a gooner. And Isak, we got him for 63 million quid. We did our business quietly. Views after him last season, didn't want to pay the money. How do you think, from an outside in, Isak could do for Newcastle and how good a player is he?
Do you know what? I haven't really seen an awful lot of him. I've seen him when he was playing for Sweden, obviously. He looks a decent player. Listen, Arsenal were after him. Obviously, they didn't want to go up for the money that they were asking. It was initially they were after him, but I think they pulled out quite a while ago. He looks a good player. I mean, he's only young, isn't he? He's clearly he's got potential to be a very good player. Whether the money's just gone silly at the moment. I mean, prices. I mean, you've got to look at Chelsea buying this Fofana from Leicester. I mean, 80 million, whatever it is. It's just outrageous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. The money's gone, but that's the way it is at the moment. Listen, I'll imagine he's going to be. It depends how he starts his time at the Tune, but I'd imagine he'd be quite good. He seems like a decent player.
Absolutely. Mason, is that someone at the background? Is that you, Mason? Yeah, sort it out, man.
No, Mason, I was on mute.
He's on mute. Sorry, could be you then. Sorry. Your take on Isak today, and also 63 million quid. How happy are you with that sign? I called out the signing, by the way.
Probably one of the best signs of the window by a mile. With today, hopefully he starts because Eddie Howe won't rely on Chris Wood, just because he won't be up to the standard as Wolves are, and obviously if he's ready, he'll want to put him in straight away because he'll be coming up against. Obviously, I think their defense is a bit funny with Connor Cody not there anymore. But obviously, with the quality and the caliber of players they've got at Wolves, I think he should try. He should get used to the game like 15 minutes, and hopefully from 15 minutes onwards, he'll dominate the game, dominate chances, and dominate their defence, which hopefully he should do to any other team in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And also as well, I mean, he's got a tough choice to make, Eddie, today. Does he play him from the start? Does he give him time? Or is he going to do a Bruno Tony? Because, again, a lot of people are saying that he could be starting from the bench. Me, personally, right, it has to be against the Sociedad. I think he should be starting now, really, and just give him 70 minutes and give him the taste of what the Premier League's all about. But me, personally, I think it's starting Wood.
Do you know what? I can never understand. Sorry, why when you get these players for so much money, why do you not start them straight away? Why are you benching them unless they got an injury? Just put them in. You know what's the point of this? Oh, we'll put them on the substituents. We'll bring them on after 65 minutes or whatever. Just play the bloke. I mean, you know, to me that's crazy. You spend so much money on these players, and just get them on the pitch and play them. You know, I don't know whether I'm agreeing whether he's the best purchase of the transfer window. Not being a conflict there, but I reckon Jesus may have something to say about that. But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that Paul is here. Are you here, Paul? Nah, he's not there yet. We'll go with you, Tony. I mean, Addy's made a good point. I mean, why do you put him in? Why do you make a sign and put him in straight away? We've never done that with Bruno. But can you see Eddie doing the same thing with Alex today?
Well, this is what I said last night, John. I basically said that I think Wood will probably, although I'd rather have Isak starting, if I'm honest with you, paying all that money, yes, you don't put that player on the bench, you know. I mean, Man City done it with Grealish, put him on the bench, £100 million player. But we all know, honestly, wholeheartedly, Grealish isn't worth £100 million, in my opinion. But yeah, he should play from the start. But I think you'll go with Wood. Wood scored the winner against Wolves last season at home. And also the fact is as well, Wood scored on Wednesday, so you'll have a bit of confidence that he scored on Wednesday. Now, whether he can get 2 in a row is another thing. But it may just be a thing that Eddie says, look, I'll give Woods, like, say, maybe 50, 55 minutes and then say, like, bring Isak on or whatever. Mm-hmm. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, he may be totally... You see, we don't know until the team news comes out. That's the thing. So we're all just speculating who's going to start, you know. If it's Isak, then it's Isak. If it's Wood, it's Wood. Simple as. If it was my personal choice, I would rather start with Isak. We've paid that money for him. Get him in the team, you know. He's had a pre-season. He scored against Barcelona last Sunday, you know. So he's fit. So it's not like he's not match fit. It just at the end of the day falls down to Eddie Howe and how he decides to utilise him, whether to start him or to put him on the bench and then bring him on later on in the game. And you know, this is going to be a totally different game from the time we played Wolves away last year in that horrible pouring down rain when Steve Bruce was manager, and you know, Jeff Hendrick came off the bench to equalise for us, and then we got beat 2-1 because Hwang scored twice that day. You know, it was a poor day. And that was the day that was the game that was officially Mike Ashley's last game as owner. Because little did everybody know, we were all depressed after that game, and rightly so, because we just thought our team was going one way down. You know, we didn't know when this takeover was happening. But 5 days after that, what happens? New owners come into the club. All of a sudden happens. So, you know, and then everything was rosy again. So it's a different game this year for them. And we're a different animal to what Wolves saw last season at Molineux. And I think we can get at them. And Mason's right about their defence as well. Their defence ain't great without Cody. I mean, they've got Nathan Collins from Burnley. Yeah, he's okay. He's young, but their manager's under pressure and he's going to feel the pressure. So we're just going to heap more pressure on him today by winning.
If you're getting European football, we're going to need to beat teams like Wolves. No disrespect, they've got some good players now. Ruben Neves is class. Jimenez is class. But at the end of the day, we need to go there and get something out of the game. I don't think we get beat today. Got Michael, big up to Michael. Good afternoon to you, mate. Hope you are well. Tino to the team, come on. Big up to Man Clued as well. Hello, lads. Going to be a great day. I can feel it. I want to hear the ABBA song, Ring Around Food. That tells us, give me a Swede, a man from Sweden, or well, it's on this. I'll find it later. Excuse me. Big up to Conrad afternoon. All hearing rumours. Bruno's injured will be a huge blow. If that's true, we'll wait and see. John met Callum Wilson on the train. What would John say? Well, that's Callum. I've got my guy on there. Big up. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He was here.
Is he on the way to the game?
I think he's on his way to the game. Aye, Paul. But we get on it in a minute. Like, we keep trying to get Paul on as well. What would John say as Callum? Callum, get well soon, mate, and we need you back on the pitch. Wolves fans consistently saying that Dread could he has a good record against them. He did score last season. You're correct, from a penalty kick. I think he'll start Wood as well. I can't see why he doesn't start him. He only met the teammates yesterday. I like Isak to start, but it's a bit optimistic to expect him to just gel. That's from Cole. Can't deal with the Dubaka fanboys. We come on to him later, get Andy's views and that. Woods could maybe be a key player today if he starts. It's a kind of game where his physical presence will be needed. These some boys in that Wolves team, Matt Kilman, 6'4", Nathan Collins, 6'4" as well. Andy, we'll talk to you about who's going to talk about Dubaka. I don't know if you heard the news. He's maybe going off to Man United on a season-long loan, right? Do you think Newcastle doing the right thing? Or, in Martin's point, is it worth leaving as a number 2 to go to United's number 2?
Personally, I think he's silly. Listen, he's on a new project at Newcastle. Why would you want to leave? I don't know. It's very strange with some of the goalkeepers and footballers. They suddenly have a thing in their head that, you know, obviously Man United, or it's a step for me. You know, maybe I can get in the team. Why would you want to? For me personally, no. I think it's a wrong decision to be second choice at Man United. Why would you want to do that? I think, you know, he's doing very well at Newcastle. Why change? You know, change something that's doing well. Why change something that's not broken? I'm very confused why he wants to go there and be number 2.
Yeah, what do you think, Mason? I know you dislike United, super passion and all that's a fact. Tell us about it, man.
Yeah. No, I'm not the greatest Man United fan. No, I've got to be honest. I think it's probably something to do with being a bit of an old dinosaur and going through the 80s and 90s with the rivalry we had with them, which was lovely at the time. It was brilliant to watch. I mean, I used to love it and thrive on the Roy Keane and Vieira sort of time. But I hate them with a passion. Yeah, them and obviously the other lot down the road. But yeah, it's a case of as soon as Man United's mentioned, it's like players want to jump on the bandwagon straight away. And for me, he's on a massive project at Newcastle. You know, things are looking really rosy, as much as I'm getting worried about it. But, you know, things are getting rosy for them. And why change? I'm very confused. I don't know.
Exactly. Mason, your views, Dubaka. I know. Look, what he's done, there's a lot of hate going on in a minute, right, which is unfair. He saved us some games, right? And not only that, right, his distribution's not the best, but he kept us in games we should have lost.
Yes. I know I've tried to calm myself down over the situation, but why would he want to go there? I do not know. Why would he want to waste a season sitting on the bench again? Because he'll only play in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and probably in the Europa Conference League. Because the Europa Conference League, the teams where he played for Slavia Prague, against Carabao teams that he played for Slavia Prague against, like, obviously he's playing that a team from Cyprus and a team from Moldova. So it's teams like that he could play against, but I don't know why you want to go sit on the bench. Just doesn't understand. I know he wants to leave, but he should go somewhere where he can get games, not sit on the bench for them especially.
Right. Can I just ask why does he actually want to leave?
Because he's number 2 and he wants to go to play at Man United as a number 2. So because he's lost his place to Nick Pope and he knows he's not going to get back in the team now because Pope has done outstandingly well.
Yeah.
So now he's spat his dummy out and he wants to leave. Now I've got nothing against Dubravka. He's been a great keeper, great signing for us. We've gone for £4 million, absolute bargain. For the talent he actually has. And I can't understand why he's going to Man United. I mean, they're saying Man United want to pay £5 million for him. Well, I'm sorry. No. If you want him, it's at least £10 million for Dubravka. I'm sorry. He's worth more than that all day. He's worth 10 to 15 million pound all day. £5 million would just be like giving them away. And why should we help Man United? Because at the end of the day, as I've always said, and I've said about Man United, you hear all these people on pundits and everybody, we feel sorry for Man United. They're sitting at the bottom of the table, but they've now managed to get a couple of wins. I've got no sympathy for Man United whatsoever. Why should we have sympathy for them? I absolutely hate that club with a passion, not only from back in the 90s, the way Ferguson went on and things like that, and Cantona and all them, but also the fact that they were one of them clubs that tried to stop our takeover. And how dare they actually come out and why should we do business with them? No chance whatsoever. I mean, I've got no sympathy for them whatsoever. Do you know what? If they finish in the bottom half, I'll absolutely laugh my head off this season if they do, because they think they can go out and buy anybody they like. They've gone out and spent £60 million on a 30-year-old on 400 grand a week on a 4-year deal. So you'll be 34. It's just, that is absolutely ludicrous. And then you get the fickle fans, going on, actually, we're not so bad about the Glazers now that they've done something, they've bought a player. But as soon as things start going pear-shaped and they drop back down that table again, they'll be out again and forced about the Glazers. Yeah. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't think we should be selling to them, because at the end of the day, they're a rival. And why you want to go and sit on the bench to be a substitute keeper at Man United, how can that be a dream? That's not a dream. What we should be doing is saying to Leicester, look, we'll take Maddison and you have Dubravka in some sort of player plus cash exchange, and then he'd be playing games week in, week out for Leicester. But he's going to sit on the bench.
Yeah, you would have thought that he would, if he's going to leave Newcastle, he would have gone to play first team, to be first choice, not to go to another club and be second choice there. I mean, I don't know how much longer the guy's got at Man United, but it does seem ludicrous, really. But you know what? And I think a lot of clubs take liberties. I think we got rid of Leno for ridiculous money, like 5 million or whatever it was. I think it was just a case of just getting rid of the players. I don't know how they come to these sums, and Arsenal lose out on a lot of money for their players. They either run down their contracts, they go for free, or we just get silly money. I never understand it. And I just think that it seems when Man United always come calling, the players, they love it, and it's like a massive step for them. But it's the way it is, isn't it? They think of themselves. It's always number one. They're not bothered about I always think, when I think about Aubameyang, how everyone loved him when he first came. He was scoring goals. He was great. He won us the FA Cup. Great player. And then suddenly they get it in their head that that's it. They just want to move on. They're mercenaries. All these footballers. There's no loyalty anymore. Not in the days when we used to football. I don't know how old you are or whatever, but not in the days where the loyalty was there. They all right, they were on good money, but they stayed with the club. And now it's just Aubameyang's going to go to Chelsea. Really, I mean, to me it's madness, and there's no loyalty anymore.
Well, you've just seen one bit loyalty come to an end last season when Mark Noble left West Ham and spent his whole entire career there. You don't get that with many players nowadays, and he's like a one-off. So any player that stays for that club for the entirety of their career is a one-off.
Yeah. I think you enjoy the moments you have with those players, and then that's it. You move on. There's no loyalty anymore, and you move on. And maybe he's just thinking, no, I want to go to Man United. It's a step for me. Everyone goes to Man United, and who knows who he's talked to. He talks to certain people, and they obviously say, look, it'd be a great stepstone for you. Go to Man United. Who knows? They get their heads get swayed, don't they? Their heads get turned. It's listen. You've got a good goalkeeper in Nick Pope. He's a good goalkeeper. It can only be promising for you. But yeah, it is gutting when these players they move on to especially when they go to Man United.
Yeah, I mean the thing is say that their fans at Man United seem to have short memories as well. You know, they call their owners out. But where were they calling their owners when their owners and the Liverpool owners, because this has been proven by the Juventus president, that them two, the Glazers and John Henry of Liverpool, set up the ESL and asked all the other clubs around Europe to come and join them. They set that up. It wasn't the Real Madrid president setting it up. It was them setting it up. And, you know, at the end of the day, the fans have short memories on that.
Absolutely. I'm going to get Gordon on, but it's faces half. Yeah, it's Gordon. I'll bring you on when you get your cam sorted out, mate. Yeah, I can only see your half face, mate. So I'm not getting you on yet until I see the full face use, mate. So I'll go for this comments as well. Got loads. If Debacca wants to leave, we cannot stop him. Unfortunately, I like Debacca. I like quite a few Man United fans online don't seem to rate him. But good luck to Debacca. I thank you for the good memories. That's kind words there, mate. That's kind words. Simple as that. Afternoon to everyone. Eddie won't start. Isak because he hasn't played Premier League and how has history with non-PL players. And Isak certified. If he's terrified, I like it. I like it, Matty. If he wants to go, let him. Agree a project like this. You couldn't pay me to leave. I totally agree. I think with Debacca, he feels a bit hard done by. So Newcastle probably tastes a bit bitter for him. Let's say he's got it in his heat. He'd rather leave. Well, I only keep players that want to be at the club. If they want to leave, they can go. I think Dobbs is about to leave. I've got a feeling Eddie doesn't like his attitude. He tried to get a replacement for him in January. Well, if we lose Debacca, we definitely need a goalkeeper 100%. Big up to Jules, by the way, one of me mods. I hope you're okay. Having a lovely day. 200 Magpies, 20 the Red. Since they were with Dubs against United, it's been real. We should string Man U on with Debacca for the rest of the window and then pull the plug on the deal just for the window shuts. Exactly what they did at Lingard. Yeah. That's what they've done with us to Lingard. Simple as that.
Well, not only that, John, they wanted a £5 million fee for Lingard for a loan fee. And then they wanted a £12 million survival bonus if we stayed up. So they wanted 17 million. Well, sorry, there was no way the owners were being mugged off like that for a player who was going to be out of contract at the end of June. So, you know, I don't know what cloud they were living on. It must be in cloud cuckoo land because certainly wasn't in the real world, that's for sure. In reality, nobody's going to pay £17 million for a loan player.
No, definitely not. No chance at all. There must be mugs, must be daft. How weird, man. Big up to Paul, by the way. Hi to you, body lad. It's not that I do with Debacca, but Paul is strong on what Debacca is weak at, especially shooting off his line to cut off danger. Jack, I have to agree with that one. And not only that, I want my keeper to play out from the back, and Nick Pope does it to effect. I love Debacca, but is he good at his feet? That's debatable. Still saying Dubs part of the Madison deal. I agree with that all day long. I'd take Madison to count Debacca 100%. And if you said hi to Jules, I think Dubs has a good chance over De Gea than he has over Pope. That's from Rexy, the Leicester City fan. And why would Dubs want Man U? Why would Paqueta sign West Ham? Why would Renan Lodi go to Forest? Who is advising these guys? Leslie, can I say something? Number one, we was never, ever, ever after Paqueta. That's a fan's lead, yeah? Renan Lodi, that's a non-goer at first start, yeah? That's a no-goer, yeah? And we deserved after Lodi. Otherwise, we'd have got them straight away. Yeah, stores come from their end, not from Newcastle end. I like Gary, by the way. He's a top guy. Hope Eddie puts a block in and stops him from going there, lads. I have to agree, Gary, to away. I'm going to bring Gordon in. Just a quick word of Gordon. See, we'll get Gordon. Gordon, what do you want to say, man, on today's game?
Yeah, I think we're going to win 2-0.
Win 2-0? Okay. And you say 2-0. Do you think Isak should start the game today?
I think he should start spending 63 million on a striker. We should start from give him about 75 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Give him 75 minutes and then bring on Wood for the last 50 minutes.
Fair enough. And the transfer window is closed, shuts on Thursday night. How many more players do you think you're going to bring in? And which position?
We'll definitely need a right winger.
Yeah, that's fine. And you said what's the prediction you give us? 2-0 to Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant
And I got
stuff.
I got Isak to score.
Yeah, that's fine. Listen, Gordon, it's going to be a short one today, but thanks for coming on, mate. And I was going to say to you as well is just to let you go. I mean, Isak. I mean, do you think that's a good signing? 63 million quid.
Oh,
Good signing.
I was over the movement with saying him, John. I watched him last week against Barcelona, and that goal he scored against Barcelona was absolutely worldly.
Yeah, fair enough. Listen, Gordon, go on quickly.
And I think he's going to be an absolute brilliant addition to Newcastle.
Brilliant stuff. Listen, Gordon, thanks for coming on, mate. I mean, I couldn't get you on because you're just half face again, so I'll never bring you on unless you get full face. But
is this phone? Is the camera's dodgy, John?
no, that's fine. You need to get it sorted if you can. Now, I can understand, mate, but you know that I see what you mean. Gordon, thanks for coming on, man. Enjoy the match. Win the lads, and speak soon.
Catch you later, guys.
See you later.
See you later, Gordon.
Great guy, Gordon, that is, by the way. Look, at the end of the day, so for like, and I'll never bring anyone on if the camera is not full, sort of thing. So before I get them on quickly, go for the comments as well. I know lots of people have you say, guys, you jump to the match in Wolves. I'd like to hear from you as well. Just click on the link and I'll bring you on from Wolves live. So Paul tried to come on, but I think he's had problems as well. But we don't give up on him. Isak will get at least 45 minutes. Just think, why would they want to register quickly and train the next year without us wanting to have a big enough involvement this weekend, Mason?
Obviously he was registered in time, but it showed he was in training on, I believe it was Friday morning. I think it just shows you Eddie Howe wants him in as soon as possible. Obviously, with the situation with Callum Wilson, we've only got Chris Wood and Isak, and he'll probably want to have, if he can, he'll probably have Chris Wood for like 45 minutes to an hour, or the other way around. Give Isak 45 minutes to an hour, and then bring Chris Wood on for half an hour. Because he won't want Isak to play the 90 minutes, because he'll want to get used to the Premier League, because he's only playing the Bundesliga with Borussia Dortmund, the Swedish first division, and La Liga with Real Sociedad, and obviously he scored against Barcelona last week, and it just shows you he can score against top teams. He did it against Barca last Sunday, and he hopefully can score against the likes of Man United and Manchester City, because he has the caliber of scoring against the top teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll look forward to seeing this guy play. I've called this guy out, sort of thing, a month ago. Get this guy. I spoke to Tyneside Life. We need to break a bank for centre forward. This guy is the man. Well spot on. At the end of the day, Dubs has been now but a great servant to our club. It's his career. He'll have his reasons. A, leaving. B, choosing United. You should respect that regardless to our feelings, Tony. That's from Jules, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yes, he has been a great servant. I've got nothing against Dubravka. I just don't want to go to Man United, if I'm honest. Rather he went elsewhere than Man United. But if he wants to go, he wants to go. Once a player states he's not happy, then you've got to let him go. There's no two ways about it. When I watched the Brighton game on TV, the camera panned to the bench and you saw Dubravka sitting there, not a happy man at all. And I just thought, he's not going to be here much longer. Even that was the second game in. You could tell he just wasn't interacting with anybody on the bench, not even any of his teammates. And it was like, he doesn't want to be here. So if he goes to Man U, then fair enough, he has to go there. But, and just one further thing I want to say, there's a comment just down the bit there, but it's from Michael Brown, who's saying, how can Isak be worth 63 million yet Haaland costs 51 million and a more proven forward? Well, the thing is with that, Michael, is the reason Haaland costs 51 million is because he had a special clause in his contract at the time, which Man City were unable to activate. That's the difference, because I think if he didn't have that clause, Haaland would be worth 70, 80, 90 million, maybe over 100 million, who knows, but that's why Man City got him for such a cheap price. And yeah, but Isak's easily up there as well. And to say Isak's is, if he stays fit and fires, he'll be as good as what Haaland is. And the saying he's even the next Ibrahimovic. So, let's hope so.
Absolutely. Got some few comments there. Thanks for that, Tony. Good question, Jules. Afternoon, guys. Afternoon, Stephen. Go for 2-0 win. How are the lads? Bring in Pedro and Alvarez. Clip this to Sky and John. Thank you, Jules. Appreciate that. You wouldn't start Isak. You wouldn't let him sit and soak up the atmosphere. Watch the game. Got a feel for the lead. Yes, bring him on. If the game's going well, common sense says start with Wood. Gary's is on Mason Tony's side. Laugh more if they finish in the bottom three. That's United, by the way. Man, you want to swap a deal DeBacca for McDonald's. I tell you, Scott McTominay. What do you think of Scott McTominay, Andy?
Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a particularly good player. I think he puts himself about. I don't think he's particularly. I don't really rate him, to be honest with you. Listen, Man United's team is like your gentleman saying there before, is made up of players that are pretty much on their last legs. They're paying silly money for players that are, I think it's a lot of it's desperate buying. There's no thought in the process of the selling on fees. It's basically we want it for the moment now. I think it's desperate buying. And I think that a lot of the time, I don't think they got time at Man United manager-wise. I think, it's now or never, to bring in these players and hope to win something to keep the fans appeased. I don't personally like him. No, I don't think I haven't seen anything to get excited about, to be honest with you.
Not for me. No, you're not getting the Arsenal team.
No, I don't. I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, as much as I like El Neni, he's a 100% player. He does, he gives 100%. I thought he had a good game yesterday. Hasn't got the eye for a pass or whatever, but he does a job. I don't think he's much better than El Neni, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's very the debate's out for him anyway. I don't rate him at all, John.
Not for me. Nothing. I've got some echo at the background, so let's go for this one. How many games does DeBacca play for us? Second choice. How many games does he play for United? Second choice. It's no brainer for him. Soon 34, opportunity to play in Europe, where they could win the thing. That's some Foxy. Yeah, European football as well. He's gonna get 10. I want to see at least half an hour, by the way. Go on for Michael. Tony's just said it out, by the way, and he's absolutely spot on. Hello, everybody. Chris, hope you're well, mate. I can see Isak coming at some point in the second half. Big up to Laura as well. I think how we give Wood the first half and Isak the second half would be a kick in the teeth for Wood to drop in for Isak after scoring this week. Tony, you off now, mate. Tell you, mate.
Yeah, I've got to head off, mate. I've got to go off to Ipswich now. So, it takes about an hour to get down there. But yeah, I'm going for 2-0 win today. And let's see how it goes.
Sure. I'm doing the show tonight as well, 9 o'clock for the match reaction. Yeah. So I'll get you on for that, Tony, mate. And listen, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Let's hope we get a win.
Yep, happy the lads. See you later, lads.
Bye-bye. Good trip.
Bye-bye. See you. Safe journey.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Jack. That's Tony there, and great guy, we brilliant co-host. He does a lot of things for us as well. That's what we love him to do, bits as well. Just a few as well. Go to his comments, comment to Andy. Spacebar, he won't play more than 20 minutes unless it's going wrong. He's like Bruno Botman. How's it going? If I'm fine. What's the score predictions? I'm saying 2-1 to Newcastle, and you get that at the end of the show. John, do you think that Gordon Lee is a little bit backwards, mate? Gordon Lee for me before my time, but a lot of people don't like him. You can remember Gordon Lee. I can't remember him. Well, I can remember him. I know who he is, but
yeah.
But he's the one who did like Malcolm McDonald. You saw Malcolm McDonald, did he?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. The fans on more than that make it like difficult for Man United because we didn't get Lingard. January are the same fans that have been slated Lingard, calling a TikToker or somewhat embarrassing. Go for you. What do you make of the Lingard situation with this TikTok business, mate? I'll go with you, Andy.
Oh, mate. it's a funny one with Lingard. I mean, yeah, he's a decent player. I do like him. He spends a lot of time on social media, but I think a lot of the players do anyway. I think, you know, it's a way of getting to the supporters, and it's a good interaction with you know, obviously you can be with the players, you can pass remarks to him, but I sometimes I think he does make a little bit of an arse of himself sometimes with a lot of this. You know, I think a lot of the time, you know, I think his career's sort of, whether it starts to materialise a little bit better at Forest, I don't know. But yeah, I think he with this TikToking business, I think it's all a little bit too much. There's no need for all this, you know, to be on there all the time with all TikTok. I just don't agree with it. I just think players should just get on with what they're meant to be doing, and you know, not a worry, you know, coming on Twitter and doing, but you know, on social media, that's fine, but not to start fanning around on doing TikTok.
Very true. And Mason, your take on as well for this TikTok as well from Lingard. For me personally, I mean, it's up to him personally. If he wants to go on to TikTok, he can go on TikTok, sort of thing. Yeah, that's his choice.
Exactly. I don't like that. I don't like the lad basically for going to Nottingham Forest, where yes, he's going into a good side, but he had other options. Like he could have went back to West Ham. He could have went to us. But why did he pick Nottingham Forest? Simple as because it offered 200. Because he offered him 200 grand a week. Simple as that. Simple as that. He could have come to Newcastle because we've got a massive project on, and we were midfielder short, with Shelby out, and I just didn't like him just for what he did, because I'm not disliking him because he played for Man United. It's just because he's went to Nottingham Forest just for the money, and look what he's done for the first few games. Nowhere to be seen on the pitch. He hasn't been good enough. The shows, isn't it?
Exactly, man. According to Alan Pearson, he said, "I know Bruno Gamache today. He did not arrive today on the coach." But if that's true, that's a massive miss there. John, what's the next game you're heading up for? Going to the one next week against Palace, Jules, and you going to that game as well? If you are, I'd love to meet you guys again. So I'll be up next Saturday. Scott McTominay, not for me. Oh no, Sean Longstaff's not for me neither. Sorry. Woods scored against Tranmere, a struggling League Two side. Other than that, he's not that great. I don't mind losing dubs if he's going to first team football, but to be a bench warmer, it makes no sense. Maybe we'll get a slight not. Nah, please don't say that, man. Don't say that. Don't wish that on him, mate. You know what I mean? So if he plays to the best of his ability. Simple as that. And I see where you're trying to find. Big up to Gerard for Indonesia. I think Isak should start because it's now a different condition. Not like last time when Bruno came. Eddie should give him a chance to prove from the start. Gerard, hit that subscribe button, mate. That'd be amazing. 3-0 to Newcastle. John, my guy, hope you're good, you're great, and hope you all Paul. Can't wait to see what Isak can do up top. Fingers crossed. Gordon Lewis is a disaster. He famously said to McDonald, "I don't want superstars here." Can you remember that one, Andy? When he said that, he doesn't want superstars.
Well, it's a very strange comment to come out with, I would have thought. Listen, managers live by their decisions and they die by their decisions, don't they? And I just think that at the time I was very happy because I remember when Malcolm McDonald signed for Arsenal. Good player, really good, old bandy legs. But yeah, he was. I just think some people, you know, it's like managers. A lot of managers don't like superstars and they can't work with them. You know, they like to work with. You know, when you got someone like Pep who loves superstars and he can work with them, he can bring them up and he makes them amazingly. Where, you know, listen, Eddie Howe could, you know, I like him as a manager. I think he's young. He's got the same sort of outlook as Arteta.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go. Next one, Big Sinclair. Thank you, Steve. Big up to you, my guy. I'm up in the tune for the Bournemouth game. Not got a ticket yet. It's my birthday. Then got tickets for the Brentford in October. Well, I'm doing a competition tomorrow. Me and Macy and Tony for a match ticket as well. So if you'd like to enter the competition, there's my ticket there. and you have to be a member. So click on the join button as well. If you can do that, that'd be amazing. 99p, and you'll be entering the competition. The winner on the spinning wheel will get that ticket. So consider being a member. 99p. No Shelby, no Bruno, who will take their place. I've got a feeling Longstaff will, if that's the case. Good luck to tier 2 as Leicester fan. Surely Roger goes today or tomorrow. Roger's out. Wow. Okay. Big up to Ken, finger to Tom the deer, and how about we might wear the white and green kit at deer? You never know. I'm worried about losing Bruno as Wolves midfielders top class, and Jules as well. Get Jordan peeps. Jules, love you to bits. She is amazing. You haven't met Jules, by the way, people. I tell you something. She is absolutely adorable. She really, really is. I want to talk about the squad, Newcastle squad, Andy. You look at the subs bench, right? Like the Sells, the Longstaffs, the Murphys, probably Woods as well. Federico Fernandez, yeah? Is that a strong squad? Do you think Newcastle need to beef up the subs in January?
Well, personally, I think I don't really know the bench. I don't know the bench 100%. I mean, obviously, it's all about squad, isn't it? And you know, you look at your bench sometimes when you're struggling, and you feel, you know, you need to bring on players that are going to change the game. Maybe I would have thought yes. I'm sure they will be spending more money in Newcastle. You know, it's just a matter of time, really, who they're going to go for. I don't know the players on the bench. I'm not familiar with them, but yeah, I mean, listen, the first team is looking good, barring injuries, and that's the problem. As soon as you get any injuries to players, like everyone's worried about, Bruno not playing today, and you know, clearly it's a message now that you do need to have backup for these players, and sometimes, you know, it takes time to do that, you know, and getting the right pedigree for your squad. And I think that's what Arteta's slowly done at Arsenal. You know, he's brought in, you know, so we look on the bench now, and you've got players like, you know, you've got Smith Rowe, you've got Eddie and Nketiah, you know, that you can bring on who are promising players, you know, and you've got to look at a squad, and I'm sure he will buy in January, if not the last sort of couple of days of this summer transfer window.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Like, you know, me personally, Mason, you probably, has someone got TV at the back? Is that you, Mason, or Andy?
I'm mute again. I'll be on mute the whole time.
That's fine, fair enough. I was going to say, if you look at the squad, I should ask Tony as well. Do you think our suspense is weak, and do you think that needs to be sorted out in the January window? We've got a great first 11, but we need to beef up that squad as well, the subs bench as well. We need about 5 players in January to make it a tournament game with the conference subs bench, mate.
Exactly. Obviously, if you haven't seen John, I'll say I shared it to the group this morning. That Stoke are sniffing around for Federico Fernandez, and obviously Stoke are close to appointing Alex Neil. Would Alex Neil want Federico Fernandez? Probably yes, just for that experience, because I think he likes to work with experienced players. Yes, he didn't do it at Sunderland. He's done it at Preston and Norwich. Work with experienced players, but obviously going to the back to the squad, the bench. I think our bench isn't good enough. I think we need to sell. Right. I think we need to sell, mainly sell all of them. I just think we need competition there on the bench. So we need to get players to come on second half, control the game, and keep the momentum going, because some of them players don't have the momentum. Obviously, you've seen Lascelles on Wednesday against Tranmere, against 2 players who were playing in the Northern Premier League last season with Stafford Rangers and Bamber Bridge and Warrington Rylands. It just shows you half them players who were on the bench didn't play good enough against 2 part-time players who were playing on Wednesday in their keeper and the lad who scored. They were playing part-time football. I think obviously Murphy didn't play well. Lascelles played Nah, I think he played all right a bit, but obviously I think it shows you playing against two part-time players in Matt Hewell and Nevitt, who were playing in a few seasons ago, were playing in the Northern Premier League and the Northern Premier League West Division. Shows you some of our players aren't good enough to play against, and especially against players who were playing part-time football, and it just showed you.
I've got to be honest. I think maybe you've got to be a little bit worried about Pedro Neto as well today. Good player. I mean, we're meant to be after him. I don't know how concrete that is, but he's a very exciting player. I think he ticks Wolves, and I think he's one player you've got to be looking out for, Pedro Neto.
This is the thing, right? I mean, I'd love to tell you, I'd like to take Pedro Neto all day long. That guy is absolutely busy. The reason I didn't mention him is because Wolves are probably asked for stupid amounts of money. We should be competing with Arsenal and for this guy, because Neto would be perfect on the right side of midfield. Give me a Pedro Neto, yeah? Give us Musa Diaby, yeah? Give us some quality players. There's going to be a difference on the subs bench as well, do you know what I mean? But going to Paul's comments there, first 7's class. Then we have a good defender to back up, and now another striker. Our midfield is seriously weak when we have injury like, and if you lose Bruno today, probably that would be absolute massive blow, because he's going to partner Joe Linden in the midfield. Sean Longstaff, is he the answer? Look, I know Pitt's going to find opinions on me, but I watched Sean Longstaff a few times in this season. Like, the one against Tranmere, I thought he was absolutely useless. I gave him a 3 out of 10. I thought he was shocking, yeah? But Sean Longstaff's been in the club for a long, long time. He should be improving week in, week out. But it seems to go slightly going backwards, you know what I mean? It's just my opinion, simple as that. If he does play today, I'll back him, but he needs to step up as quickly as possible, simple as that.
John,
Mason.
You should start Elliot Anderson today.
Exactly. Give him a go. Give him a run in games, yeah? He needs to start again.
Obviously, going back to Wednesday, Elliot Anderson didn't play well because he was played against Sean Longstaff. But when Bruno and Joe Linton came on, he was a completely different player. Give him a chance again with Joe Linton, because he'll play much better with Joe Linton. He didn't play well with Sean Longstaff, but if you give him the chance of playing against Joe Linton, he'll do well.
Okay.
What about sorry, John? What about our ex-boy Willock?
He should be playing as well. Look, he's trying to get back into it than he was before, but at the end of the day, right? I mean, give it another couple more games, we're going to start seeing the real Joe Willock. Last season, he's cut a can of an injury. He wasn't at his best. Now he's getting back to his best. I hope that when he gets the ball, he's going to excite fans again. And if he comes back to the Joe Willock that we know when he come out on loan, then we're going to have a good chance of winning games, because that guy, I'm a big fan of Joe Willock, and I hope that we get back to the Joe Willock that we know. And if he does that, great. But for me, in the midfield three, it's perfect for him. It's a perfect role for him. And he can break out from midfield. That's exactly the player we need at our football club, simple as that. But if we do get another midfielder, I'll be quite worried. He could end up being a subs bench. And I don't want that for Joe. I think he's a decent player. And I'm a big, big fan of him. Yeah. And Elliot Anderson started for Bruno. Should be interesting. He's bringing some energy. Paul Lascelles played well. I thought like that goal wasn't his fault. Target pushed forward and didn't track back when that ball was cleared through. I thought Longstaff should have picked up the right side of the player, and he got caught out and he just didn't make any effort to track back. Longstaff's clearly reached his peak as a footballer for me. Like, we've seen players improve under Howe, but Longstaff just stays the same. This is exactly what I'm saying. The thing is, right, I mean, look, for me personally, I mean, money talks at the end of the day. We should have taken a 45, 50 million from United and sell the guy. Do you know what I mean? But has he improved? Has Sean Longstaff improved as a player the last few years? Yes, it might have been boost. But under Eddie, I don't know. I mean, another thing is, people, where's this long distance shooting, Mason? I've not seen him shot for long distance for months.
He's not good enough. Obviously, I think he's went down ever since Man United wanting him. Ever since then, once obviously the deal wasn't going to happen, I think he hasn't played good. I think he hasn't been the player since obviously Benitez was here, because he was a completely different player under Benitez, and when obviously he's played under Steve Bruce and Eddie Howe, That's me good enough. And I think he needs to move on, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We got another 10 more minutes to go before the team lines up as well. We're going to stay on until 1:10 to see if Bruno does start, ASM starts, and if anyone wants to come on and have this here, then the link's in the description. Click on that, I'll bring you on. I know I've got 84 people watching live. Thank you so much indeed. Please hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you are new. If you like to super chat, then click on the $sign. Just give what the money the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p and every month. And you can also be entered into a match ticket raffle as well, which I've got right here. And you could, if your name comes out, then you win that ticket for the match against Bournemouth. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You're doing it until 6:30 tomorrow. You can do the draw tomorrow, me, Macy, and Tony. If Bruno's out, then Wife, not Fizz on the right side. And Miguel in number 10 with Anderson placing Bruno. And Willock isn't very good in the defensive mid role. He's struggling in that position last season. He's an attacking midfielder, in my opinion. Longstaff has never been that same since he got an injury against West Ham. I've noticed that as well. Didn't Man U want Longstaff 50 mil under the league test? Yes, they did. Benitez said no. And did Hal mention Bruno being injured in the conference? Jesse was carrying, who surely would have mentioned it and said he'll make a late decision. For me personally, if he was injured that day, he could have told. I don't know your press conference with Arteta, Andy. Does he tell you about the injury news as well before games, or does he tell you in advance, or does he wait till the last minute?
I think with Arteta, he does play his cards close to his chest. I think a lot of the time he's very astute in his press conferences. Not all the time, no. I think when there's good news, he does mention that players, he's got a fully fit squad and so on and so forth. But a lot of the time, the managers I think do keep it close to their chest. They like to. I think they just like to so that they keep these things quiet. So they just they don't want to give away a lot of information about players and squads and things like that. So yeah, a lot of the time I don't think they talk about it.
Fair enough. We're going over 20 minutes. We're going over 20 minutes on this show, by the way, guys, and then we're going to wrap in 20 minutes time. Wait for the team news to come out. Another 8 minutes to go, and then the team needs to come out as well. Alongside needs moving out. He's not been a CM since his injury, just after Rafa left. Big up to you, Pablo. And surely Isak needs to start with Wilson being out. And just checking if the Man U deal for Longstaff still on. No, it's not, unfortunately. I don't even know what to pick Longstaff. Anyway, if it's that great, he would have got picked up by the way as well. So for me personally, I think you need a stronger team, a stronger squad, especially on the subs bench as well, because it's weak as well. And hopefully that'll be sorted out very, very, very soon. And yeah, I mean, look, we're all going to say Bruno doesn't start. I mean, Elliot Anderson, I think I agree with you there. Mason needs to start 110%. And I'm sure Chippy will start. I wonder if Target's going to start today.
That's a tough one. Obviously, he was the fault for their goal on Wednesday night. I think I'll probably get a little bit of stick here, but I think Jamal Lewis did all right on Wednesday night when he came on. Just because he didn't make many I think he didn't make any mistakes on Wednesday compared to Target. So I think injury's gone. And I think if Eddie Howe liked what he did on Wednesday, you've got no chance of starting him today. Because I think you need to have a little bit of a chance today, because obviously he's injury free. He's going to be playing under a different squad, and he's going to be tough for him, but he's going to be playing against Pedro Neto, who is outstanding. And I think, but just if we've given 45 minutes, Jamal Lewis, 45 minutes to an hour, just to see what he's like, and then if he plays poor today, bring Target on for that last half an hour just to control the game and control the players he's going to be working around with.
Yeah, that's a fair shot. If Bruno ASM are out, or Julio taken out with his Miggy, it's quite worrying. We find in the next 5 minutes or so. If Bruno's out, we get completely dominated in the midfield today with Ruben Neves as well. Does anyone know if Bruno's girlfriend's pregnant? Because I've just seen something and a baby, and that's why he has some trouble with the team, and that's why Eddie didn't say anything about his injured in the presser. That's from Matty D, by the way. No idea. We don't know that. No one knows that at all whatsoever. Hope for a great game. Got 68 points on FF yesterday and 14 on Super 6. Big up, Jules. Well done at you. If I want tips, I'll come to you. And then you're the expert. Bruno's Alex Master last and long, so needs to step up the day. And we'll be watching that game today. She's heavily pregnant. Yes, there you go. She's heavily pregnant. And she's 38 weeks into it as well. I want to talk about your guy, Paul Merson, Andy, if you don't mind. I mean, when you saying Isak, right? He's come out with ludicrous things saying that, Isak's not playing in the Premier League, sort of thing as well. He's just having a go. Is he winding the Newcastle fans up again? You're on that. You're on mute.
Do you know what, John? Yeah. With Paul Merson, I think he's somehow he's got. When Arsenal weren't doing so bad, weren't doing very well when Arteta first came in. He seems to have a bit of a chip on his shoulder with regards to Arsenal. Whether it's a case of him not being involved in the setup, and I think he's a little bit upset with that. And there seems to be something. He blows hot and cold with Arsenal. He either loves them or he doesn't. I think some of the comments he makes, I would take with tongue in cheek. I think that he's he is there to wind people up, obviously, and to get their views of it. And I think that's a lot of these pundits are on the BT or Sky Sports or whatever. They're there to wind you up, and I would take it as a pinch of salt. Really, I don't think it's listen, everyone's got their views, and that's why they're there, and that's why they're employed to buy these But for me, it's the going rate of you've got to pay money. If you're going to pay money, you've got to pay good, decent money for players that are worth that money. And it's not the player that's putting the price tag on. It's the people that are involved. It's the agents. It's the clubs. It's not the players' fault that they're worth. They've been quoted 65 million. That's not their fault. They're only as good as as what they are. But to start saying that he's not worth this and he's not worth that. I just think it's very strange when people say that. It's not the players' fault. The players that saying, well, I think I'm worth 80 million. It's the agents. They pump up the money. And I just think Paul Merson, as much as I loved him as a footballer at Arsenal, I think that he's got a lot of grudges against certain things. And I'll just take it with a pinch of salt. I think it's some of his comments he comes out with are very strange. I don't know if you heard with yesterday, obviously Arsenal celebrated after when they won yesterday, and you had Richard Keys and Andy Gray on BN, and they were saying why are they celebrating? That it's against Fulham. This and that. Where's the passion gone in football? Why are you not allowed to celebrate a win? A victory? I'm sure. Again, is it sour grapes that they what they did. I mean, they were both of them were outrageous the way they got sacked from Sky Sports anyway. And to start slagging off, supporters, and what do you want supporters just to stand there and go, well done, boys, that's excellent performance. That's the whole thing about football. When as a Geordie, and I'm sure Mason does, when you go to football, and I've been to Newcastle games, and I know what atmosphere back in the day with that, it's frightening, the atmosphere. You don't want to lose the atmosphere of a football match. When you go to football, that's the whole thing about it. You celebrate, and it's a passion that we all follow. And you can't listen to comments. He's not worth this money and that money. I think sometimes football is going on a different level sometimes, and it does get to me a lot.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely shocking. It's just disgraceful, man. If you're not allowed to celebrate, have passion, what's the point? Richard Keys and Andy Gray are all scored anyway, so Sodom. Andy Gray might be all right, but Richard Keys, I cannot stand the guy. I really can't stand him at all, so I've got no time for him whatsoever. The way he's treated his wife, Howie. I got Paul Merson, who? And I've got Football Values. Please hit the subscribe button, my guy. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Merson's a Chelsea fan. That's all needs to be said. He used to play for us, but that is it. He went on to play for others like Middlesbrough, sums it up. Portsmouth as well. Walsall as well. Good day, lads. Good luck, Daisy. Matt, hope you're okay. And fingers crossed today. Yeah, that's true. It's not Isak's fault. He is massively overpriced. Similar situation with Pepe, great player in France, but the price that destroyed him, sadly, I'm afraid it is. Oh, some monsters in the background. Yeah, it's gone now. Thank you very much indeed. The team has come out, I believe.
It is.
And let me don't I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know myself. I'm just gonna see how it is. Yeah, Bruno's not in the team today, but ASM is. I'm just gonna share that out by the way. Everyone said they were right. I'm just gonna share the screen, and just won't be too long. There you go, guys. That's the team is coming out, and Nick Pope and goal. The back four: Trippier, Dan Burn, Botman, and Cher. That's the back four. The midfield three is going to be Sean Longstaff. There's Joel Willock and Joel Linton, Miggy, ASM, and Chris Wood. And Isak is not in the team at all. So, Mason, what's your take on that, mate?
Bit gutted about Isak, but just disappointing, really. I'm disappointed that he's starting Longstaff because I would have wanted to see Elliot Anderson start. Mankio, yes, I know why he's on the bench because unfortunately Emil crossed out for possibly for the rest of the season with that injury sustained against Tranmere. Yes, I knew about Willock. Obviously, I'm surprised to see Dan Burn back, but I think I'm surprised. I think you should have started Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can see why Burns playing on the left back as well. But I know you're a Lewis fan, and look, at the end of the day, right, he's not on the team, and I like to see Lewis play at some stage as well. Let's go. Chris Woods, full of headers, triple assist. Now, Isak can raise the international clearance, Paul, by the sounds of it, mate. And international clearance issues, perhaps. And trust Eddie knows what he's doing. Outside looking in, Andy, what do you think of that squad? Bruno's not playing. Isak's not in the team.
Obviously, you're gonna, without Bruno, that's a bit of that's a massive. Sort of, miss. Yeah. Do you know what I love, and I think he's a great player, is this Maximin. I think he's such an exciting player to watch. He's a major cog in the world at the moment. I think, a lot of the stuff does go through him. It's nice to see Willock in there. As we say, I liked Willock at Arsenal. Unfortunately, he never really was given much opportunity. It looks half decent team. I'm not too sure. What's his Dan Burn like? I know he's a big man. He's a big fellow, but does he put himself about? Is he good? Is he worth it being in the team?
Me personally, right? I mean, I've got some feedback again. Sorry, it could be you, Andy. I could be wrong. Thank you. Sorry. Now, for Dan Burn, I like Dan Burn. Yeah, I think he's decent. Yeah. At home he is. He defends properly. He reads the game. Sometimes he can be lose concentration, but clumsy. But at the end of the day, I think he's decent. Away from home, then he's not as good than he is at home, in my opinion. But he's a good defender. I like Dan Burn. And what do you think, Mason? I think he's a decent defender around to me.
Oh, I love him. Obviously, he's a local lad. He's from Blythe. And he puts a shift in because he knows, because he obviously is a Newcastle fan, and he puts a shift in because it's his boyhood club and he wants to do the club proud because he's supported the club since he was a boy. And I think he puts a shift in every time he plays.
Yeah, fair enough. Got some as well from comments as well. At least A7's here. That's something. Joe can show you the midfield, just needs Longstaff to pull his finger out and stuff going the ball away. It's a weaker side, but it's pretty much the same than it was last season, but with better defence. Let's pick ourselves up. It's disappointed Bruno and Isak's not playing, but let's get beyond the lads. I don't rate Dan Burn. He came here. He's been a revolution here. And it's not Paul saying that to Whipper is not there. It's John did a watch along today with PD at the Wolves game. I'm not sure yet because I think I've got things to do today, but I'll try to get what I can. You haven't mentioned this yet, by the way. Catch you soon. Take care. Thanks, Jules, for coming in, mate. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much indeed. And see you tonight. Hopefully, the bosses in the chat. That's Paul, of course, not even room with this lineup. And going back to Matt's comment as well, he said that squad, this bench is absolutely weak. And I have to kind of agree with him 100%. But at the end of the day, right, like I said earlier, we need to beef up the subs. You need to improve the squad for the subs bench as well. Longstaff will just film with confidence. To be fair, Maxim Big are going to have to be magnificent at day. Dan Burn is great on the floor, but doesn't use his height well, especially when we are attacking with set pieces, free kicks, and corners as a space bar. So, Mason, give us a score prediction today, mate, for Wolves Newcastle.
Well, I've got Wolves design up on my phone. Oh, I think their squad's much better than ours, so I'll be happy with a draw just because I've seen their lineup and I think it's a little bit better than ours, in my opinion.
Yeah, and what about you, Randy? Your scoreline, mate? I mean, from an Arsenal fan.
Listen, I'd like to see Newcastle win. I've always got a soft spot for them going back in the day, so I'd like to see Newcastle win 2-1. I just think that Alan, he's such a great player. ASM, he's such an exciting prospect. I think it'll be 2-1, John. I think they will scrape a victory, Newcastle, and away the lads.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I got one from Mr. Foxy. So if you get a sort of deal, it would be like smash and grab, Brighton away all over again. And Wolves have a filthy midfield. A draw will be a good result. Bruno out and no striker. Well, Chris Wood looks like he's starting, isn't he? So, and there you go. Guys, going to wrap up there. But thanks for coming. But before we let you go, Mason, where do you find you, mate, on your socials, mate? Give us a shout.
Mate, find this on Mason Ford on Twitter. I'll follow you back.
And Andy, where do you find you, my guy? And thanks for coming in.
No worries, John. It's been a pleasure. I always like coming on your shows. At Andy Raven on Twitter. It's always a pleasure. And let's just hope that both our teams do well this season. I look forward to being on another show with you, John and Mason.
Would love that. And we always welcome to come on, my guy. Just let us know, and then definitely get you on with it. And I hope the Bruno Niggles general injury, not a Real Madrid niggle. Nah, I don't think it'll be that, mate. Not at all. If you want to Chris Wood to join Ireland this week with the Hat-Trick Outlet Club, Odin Obuno, Suggestic, and by to Coffee will be back tonight at 9 o'clock for the match review. Get 20 as well. Another good show, mate. Well done. Keep up the good work, mate. Thanks so much indeed. And if you like the video, like what you see, the link is in the description on my channel. Just click on the like, hit subscribe button. Also, if you like to donate super chats, then click on the $sign. And if you like to become a member, then click on the join button. So I'll do the competition tomorrow for the Premier League roundup, sure, as well. So, guys, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate that. And I shall see you guys very, very soon. And goodbye for now. And I shall be back tonight at 9 o'clock.
Cheers, John.
Cheers, John.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It's another good show, mate.
Yeah, no problem, John.
Aye. And, it's going to be that's not for me without Bruno. I mean, that is that squad there. I'm glad George's there, but like I said earlier on, I meant it today, we're going to bring it up again sometime. We need to beef up the subs bench, beef up the squad, because the squad's bench I've got, I want steak. What I've got is beans on toast. That squad's like beans on toast.
Oh, it is. Obviously, I've seen Wolves' bench, and I think they've got a little